Hello guys, in this video we will talk about comprehensions in Python. So it might be a list comprehension, tuple comprehension, then set comprehension and dictionary comprehension. We will talk about all of that in this video. So I'm sharing my screen. So right now you can see a Jupyter notebook here. Okay, so what is a comprehension? So let's assume you have a list and you want to perform some operation and you are using a for loop for that for loop, and within that there is a if condition, and you will do some operation, maybe printing that list, all the elements one by one, maybe squaring the all the elements of that list, or maybe any other operation, finding out all the even numbers from the list, something like that. For that you need to write maybe 4 or 5 lines of code as per the conventional method, but the same can be done in single line of code. That is the minimizing the syntax for doing the same stuff. That is a comprehension. So I'll give one example to you. I'm creating a list L, and this will be, the elements are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? So if I print L, so this is the list. Now what I want to do, I want to find out all the even elements from this list. So what can I do as per the conventional method? I'll write for I in L. Then if I'll say I mod 2 equal to 0, then print I. Okay. If I do this, you can see all the even elements from the list are now printed. If I want to save this, do the same stuff, but instead of printing it, I want to whatever is the output, I want to put it in the output as a list. Then what I'll do, I'll create a new list, that is out. It will be a blank list, and instead of printing, I will just do out dot append, and I'll just append that element, and at the end I'll print out. Okay. If I do that, if I run this, you can see I got the output in the form of list. Okay. So what if I want to do the same operation in single line of code? For that, the syntax is as I'll show you. For I in L, so it is the exactly same. Now whatever operation I want to perform based on the local variable I will just write it in front of, like before this for. So I want to print I as it is. Right now I'm not bothering about that even number or. I just want to print all the elements in the form of list from the given input list L. So this is the syntax. Now I want output to be a list. So what I'll do, whatever I have written till now, I will just enclose it in square bracket. So if I do this, you can see I got output as a list. Now I want to write that if condition in the same syntax. So what I'll write, for I in L, if I mod 2 equal to 0, I'll write that print I. I don't want to print it, I want to enclose it in a list. Okay. So I got the exactly same output which I got here for this 4 or 5 line of code. The same output I got with this syntax. Okay. So this is nothing but a list comprehension. Why? Because the output is list here. If I want to do the same, but I want output to be a set, then what I'll do, I'll write the exactly same thing. That is, look at the way I'm writing. I'm just not writing it in the same sequence. What I'm doing, for I in L, so that it will be easy to understand. If I mod 2 equal to 0, this is the condition. And if this condition is satisfied, what I want to do, I want to just put the element as it is. So I'll write I here. Okay. And I'm just enclosing the whole syntax by curly brace because I want output to be a set. If I do this, I got the output, the same output in the form of set. So it is nothing but a set comprehension. Similarly, for I in L, if I mod 2 equal to 0, if I then the then part I'll write in front of for as per the syntax. Just write down the element as it is in tuple. So it will be a tuple comprehension. But see, there will be a error Not error, you will get the output, but not in the readable format. So it is not error, you got the output, but it is not in readable format. So for tuple, so it is nothing but a generator comprehension. So for us, it is a tuple comprehension. What if you want the output to be in readable format? You will write the same thing for I in L if I mod 2 equal to 0, but you will do the typecasting manually. So you will write tuple here. Okay. And if you do this, you will get the output as a tuple. So it is nothing but a tuple comprehension. So this is list, tuple, and set comprehension. But what if you want to, as an output, you want to give more than one value? Here I am just printing I. Okay. What if I want the output as a square of element at the same time, maybe I plus 5. So what I'll do, I'll again go with the list comprehension. I'll write for I in L, and I'm not writing any if condition right now. I want square of I. So it is not but the syntax of square of I, right? So you will get square of each and every element from list L. See, similarly, if you want two output, right? The square of I and I plus 5 for I in L. So it should work, but it will throw an error. Why? Because the syntax is mismatched. Because of this comma, it is not able to understand the syntax. Even if you want two values as output, what you can do, you can combine those two values in the form of tuple. So what I'll write the same thing like for I in L, and I want the square of I and I plus 5. Okay, and I'll enclose it in a bracket, so it will be a tuple, right? And I need to give a space over here. Okay, if I do this, you can see I got the list of tuples where the first element of tuple is nothing but a square of each element, and the second element is I plus 5, and you got the output. In the same way, if I want to put the if condition, I can do that. If maybe I want to do it for the even I mod 2 equal to 0. That means I want to do the same operation as above, but only for all the even elements from list L. So I got the output, same output. Instead of this, what if I want to give multiple conditions? Okay, using a AND operator, I can do that. What I'll do, I'll just delete this. I'll write if I want the condition to be like if I is greater than 2 but less than 6. Okay, so what I'll write, I greater than 2 and I less than 6. Okay, then and then only do this operation, squaring and adding operation. So if I do this, you can see all the elements which are greater than 2 and less than 6, for those only the operation is performed. The first element of each tuple is squaring and the second element is I plus 5. To make it easy, what I'll do, instead of squaring, I'll keep the first element as it is, the second element as square. Okay, you can see because of this condition, all the elements which are greater than 2 but less than 6 are selected. So which is indicated by the first element of each tuple, 3, 4 and 5. It satisfies this condition, and for the same, the square operation is also performed. If you want to return 3 things, no issue, you can do that. In this tuple, just separated by comma, pass the third value. If I want I plus 5, I can do that. Okay, you got the output. Now right now we have talked about list comprehension. The exactly same thing you can do for tuple comprehension and set comprehension. No difference at all. Okay, exactly same. Only one difference, that is whenever you do the tuple comprehension, you have to write a keyword tuple. Okay, it is nothing but a manual typecasting. Now let's talk about dictionary comprehension. So I'm creating a dictionary. I'll take some 3 key value pairs, one as A, then 2 the value is B, and for key 3 the value is C. Okay, if I print this D, okay, fine. If I want to do the tuple comprehension, dictionary comprehension, what I'll write, for K comma V in d dot items. It is nothing but a normal syntax which we use for dictionary, right? Items. Okay. And what I want the output to be a key value pair. So key comma value, and I want to put it into a new dictionary. So it is nothing but a dictionary comprehension. I got the output as it is. Instead of that, what I want to do, I want to the square, the value of like whatever are the keys 1 2 3, I want it to be a squared. So I'll write the exactly same thing and I'll put it as something like that. Let's see. And it worked. 149. If I want to make some modification in value, I can do the same thing. Value, I'll write into 2. So because the value is string here, so each string is multiplied by 2. So instead of A, you will get AA. Instead of B, you will get BB. Instead of C, you will get CC. Let's check. You got the output. So in the same way, using a single line syntax, you can create a new list, new tuple, new set, and new dictionary, and it is called as list, tuple, dictionary, and set comprehensions in Python. For the beginner, it might look difficult. So I'll suggest for the beginner, follow the conventional method, write 4-5 lines of code. It will be easy for you to understand. But if you are an advanced developer, you can use these comprehensions. It will make your code shorter. Okay. And for beginner, even if you are not able to write this, but if you are following some existing code and if you find this kind of syntax is there, it will be easy for you to understand the code. For that, you should know this. Even if you are not able to write it on your own, you should be able to understand it if someone else write some code, Python code in this format. So I hope you understood something. You got some knowledge from this. If you like it, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Do anything you can do, anything and everything you can do to encourage me. And this is Akshay Daga signing off. Thank you. Bye-bye.